Well, it looks like it's official. I'm old. This week, not only did I become a great aunt, and I'm not talking like a fantastic aunt, I'm talking about an aunt a second time over, but I also yelled at some kids this week. You see, age is just a number. How old you are, that comes from inside. Now, I've always been under the impression that I have an old soul, but I didn't become old until I started acting old. And the funny part about me yelling at the kids is that they were bugging my cat. In my defense, Etney has had a really hard life, and I don't think he needs any more torture. Even as I yanked open the door and took after the kids who were running away from me because I'm a big, mean, scary, old adult, I totally felt like I was doing the right thing, and even when I shouted at them, I felt justified. It wasn't until their tiny, fleeing bodies rounded the corner that I realized I'm old. The truth is, this all didn't happen overnight. It's been gradually creeping up on me. Like, for example, not too long ago I was driving and I looked over in the car next to me and there was this girl. She had to have been at least 9 and she was driving, and I thought to myself, there's no way she's old enough to be driving. In reality, she was probably like 20, but when I looked over, all I could see was this irresponsible child behind the wheel of a 2-ton death machine. And then I saw a group of 3 boys carrying a case of beer down the street. And I thought to myself, they're not old enough to be drinking. Which was a clear indicator that I'm getting old. But I just didn't think that the shouting at kids would happen so soon. And honestly, I'm not prepared. Still, I cannot deny my actions. I can't blame it on the fact that I'm feeling ill, or Etney's rough kittyhood. I have to take responsibility for the fact that I am an old fogey now. If I'm gonna be the old grumpy woman who lives in the corner unit, I want to embrace it. This realization has been traumatic. I've thought about it all week. I'm a great aunt. I'm old. I shout at kids. All I think about is naps. I eat all brand cereal in the mornings. I even tisk and shake my head when people drive erratically on the highway. If people don't use their turn signals, I'm thrust into a whirlwind of rage. I have prune juice in my fridge. That's not even a joke. I totally have prune juice in my fridge. And I live alone with my cat and dog. This is my life. I don't just have an old soul, I am old. But regardless, here and now I will state there are some things that will never change. I will always be a music nerd. I will always remain open-minded to new music, and I will always play my music loud. Probably because my hearing's going. I will always shower and bathe. Just using a damp cloth to wipe myself down, that's not gonna do. I will not scoff and be judgmental over what kids are wearing these days. Except for those sweatpants that have juicy and sexy and vixen written on the arse, I can't get behind those. I will not eat Werther's Originals, and there is no way I'm ever gonna put my teeth in a jar beside my bed. And last, but certainly not least, I will always like horror movies. Have you ever noticed how old people never like horror movies? Well, my affection for zombies is always gonna stay, even if they are kinda gross. So even though I'm a great aunt, and I'm aging right before your eyes, and I have to go outside and shout at some kids in a couple of minutes, I'm gonna remain exactly the same. But I might just shout a little bit more. What'd you say? I said I hope to see you all again next week for another edition of That Girl Tyson.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations, all hands man your battle stations.
And unlike other old people,